Here.
Alderman Murray?
Here.
Alderman Carmody?
Here.
Alderman Sparks?
Here.
Alderman Rice?
Here.
Mr. President?
I'd like to go ahead and welcome the visitors. On behalf of Tom, I called him this evening at the hospital just to touch base with Tom, see how he was doing. So just see if he had any words he wanted to pass on this evening. He is tired, he's just trying to recover, so he is getting better. He just told me to pass on that we just need to keep pushing forward and trying to improve upon things. So I just wanted to go ahead and mention that as I spoke to Tom this evening. So, and at this time, go ahead and turn over to public comments. Mikey.
The wildlife management situation at the reservoir, I had just been out there 2 weeks ago looking around at the new stuff. I had seen they put up the new signs. One thing, we have to stop the zebra mussels because they're getting into people's fish and stuff on their boats and stuff like that. And the other thing is they put a sign up that says no littering. If they catch you out there doing it, it'll be a $10,000 fine.
Thanks, Mikey. Are there any other public comments? All right, well then we will move on to the mayor's report. And again, he didn't pass anything else on to me. So at this point, we'll go ahead and move to the alderman's reports. Alderman Sanders.
Thank you. I just wanted to bring back to my fellow aldermen's attention the business task force had put together the recommendations for us on proposals for an ordinance that would include revocation and suspension and non-renewal, a process for those circumstances, and then several other things to do with the application process and the fee structure. So I just wanted to take the opportunity to put that back out on the table for the aldermen to review that information, because if we're going to take action on that, Marcella said that the business license renewals are due July 1st. So we would want to address this probably at our first meeting in February so that we could have the attorneys take a look at an ordinance with regards to this and have time to get that prepared for consideration at the second meeting in February. So if you could take a look at that before the first meeting in February, I think that might be a good idea. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Alderman Bellington.
What I had was actually for Sandy, and I see she's not here tonight. I think, like I said, she heading home a little early to beat the snow. I'll try to give her a call tomorrow, but it was concerning a resident in Hunter's Ridge who had expressed some concerns over the estate ordinance that the planning and zoning group is considering.
I'll go ahead and I'll make a report tonight other than what I spoke earlier. So I'll go ahead and Alderman Wright.
The only thing I had was I had a couple of the business owners downtown express their pleasure in the snow removal rather than just the snow plowing up against the sidewalks and everything. That actually removing the snow this time, they really appreciated it. Just wanted to pass it on to Paul and his staff. That's all.
Nothing. Alderman Carmen, nothing to report. So we will move on now to the department manager's report. Paul, on the truck repair update.
Okay, on the truck repair, we have our truck. It's working. It's working well. We were supposed to have taken it back today or tomorrow to have the oil changed out of it, because when he said, he called it break-in oil, then he would go over the truck and check for leaks and that kind of stuff. We didn't get to put it in there today on account of the snow and stuff, so hopefully we'll do that within the next few days. The truck's doing just fine.
would assume we've been happy with the truck because I noticed we have paid trackside.
Okay.
So I noticed we paid them.
Uh,
So I'm assuming we were happy and the oil change is already included in what we paid them.
I didn't ask him about the oil change, but I figured it'd be
Okay.
included in it, but they may not be. What we've done to the truck is I added, to have the transmission fluid changed or whatever. If they called it a transmission flush is what they called it. But we were gonna have the transmission serviced at Odessa Diesel. And whenever we moved it over to trackside, I went ahead and told them to service the transmission. Instead of 2 tires, I only put 1 tire on it. I think we can get by just fine with the tires that we have. If, just say something drastic happened to the truck, I can take the tires and put it on another truck that we have. It's same size tires. I had to put the tires on it, or had to put the tire on it so we could drive it, you know, and not maybe cause further damage to it. So the truck's working well, as far as we know. The noise that was in the truck is still in the truck, and it's the same noise that has been in the truck for a long time. As far as the water meter update, at L&L Enterprises, in your packet, there's from HD Waterworks, there is a test that was done on that water meter. We tested it and the meter tested fine. This test did not cost anything to have performed. This is, Bob Westmoreland is HD Waterworks meter person for census. That's what he sells, is census meter. That's what kind of meter was that was causing the problem, or they thought was causing the problem. The test results that you've got before you are good. There's nothing wrong with that meter. Now, if you choose to send it to census, we have to decide how much a person, okay, like L&L, since if we don't want to take our meter test and this meter test, but they want to go one further, you're going to bring in a $90 meter. There's already been one put in there, plus we've got the labor and tie it up into changing it out the first time. Now, I can tell you that test is going to come back fine, but there's nothing wrong with the meter. But the meter will be destroyed. It'll come back in pieces and we won't be able to use it. As it is now, I can take that meter and put it in a different place and use it, or I can actually put it back in there, but then we got double the labor. So that's why I don't take it back and replace it. If the board will accept this and we go, then I won't put those other numbers together, but it'll be at least $100 for the meter, plus $15 for the test, basically $15 to ship it. So right there, you're looking at $130, $120. And that should that be passed on to the person who wants to have the meter tested, if it comes back good. You see what I'm saying?
Has L&L been informed about the results of this yet? Have they seen this?
No,
Okay.
I haven't talked to anybody.
I would just propose that, that we forward this information to the business owner so that they can see the results of this test. And then, should they want to take it further, then I think that expense would be passed on to them. Because I think we fulfilled our obligations to test the equipment to the best of our ability, and based on these results, it indicates that the meter is functioning. That's just my thought on it.
I just agree with what Lori said. I mean, we've got 2 test results giving us the same thing, saying the meter's good, so I believe it would kind of put the ball in their court.
That's what I was saying, that if they choose to...
Yeah, he said he agreed.
Oh, okay.
He said he agreed
I'm
with you.
sorry, I misunderstood.
So who would be the person that will contact the L&L? Will we have Paul? Will you contact the L&L?
Sure.
Okay. And then, based on what that conversation goes, I agree if we need to move on and they want another test, that if it comes back negative, I mean positive, that it's a positive meter, there's nothing wrong with it, we would pass the $120 or $130
Well, we would have,
on to
we
L&L.
would have done that if this test
Yeah.
had come back bad.
Yeah.
You know,